event, our H1 Unlimited Final Heat, the Southern Cup, the 2019 race for the Southern Cup. We are inside 1 minute from the 5-minute mark. Stand by for a countdown. We're going to give it all. 15 seconds until 5 to the 5.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mark, 5 to the 5.
5 minutes to the 5-minute gun. Okay, you got to do your music. We're going to go with it. Okay, our 4-boat front row final field. After everything got straightened out, we are going to run 4 boats on the front row of our final heat. It is a winner-take-all final. The other 2 boats will be trailers to the field. The 4 boats on the front line are the U6, the Miss Home Street with Jimmy Shane. The U11, the Spirit of Detroit, Bert Henderson. The U11, J&D's, presented by Reliable Diamond Tool, Tom Thompson behind the wheel. Rounding out our 4-boat front line, the U12, Graham Trucking with J. Michael Kelly. That means that the U98, Graham Trucking American Dream with Corey Peabody, and the 440, the Bucket List Racing with Dustin Eccles will be our 2 trailers. Now we're getting wind of a potential problem with the 11, the J&D presents Reliable Diamond Tool. The question is going to be of the officials, will one of our 2 trailer boats be able to move up? And if so, which one? And apparently it will be the 440. So is it official the 11 is out? So the 11, unfortunate, tough break for Tom Thompson and the J&Ds presented by Reliable Diamond Tool. They are unfortunately going to have to scratch. My understanding is it is a gearbox issue. And therefore, the bright orange Bucket List Racing with Dustin Eccles will be on the front row. 8 minutes until the start of our final heat, the race for the Southern Cup. Shane, Henderson, JMK, and Dustin Eccles. There's your front line. So, we've been running 3-lap preliminaries all weekend. That is about to change. Our final heat for the 2019 Southern Cup will consist of 5 laps around our 2.5-mile Aqua Oval here. The conditions for our final heat are absolutely perfect. Last year when we ran the final, the conditions were marginal. But the drivers went out and put on the show, and it was a show none of us who saw it will ever forget. But the conditions right now could not be better. The water has laid down. There's no threat to weather in the sky. The only thing we have left to do is put these boats out on the water and find out who is going to get the big trophy from Mayor Lee Dollar. We will run through the lists. Okay. There's been a little bit of confusion here getting ready for the start of this final. I apologize for that. We've got it squared away. We've got our 6-boat field. It has now been dwindled down to 5 with the dropping out of the 11. The Reliable Diamond Tool presents J&D's. Unfortunate break for Scott and Shannon Rainey and Tom Thompson. $5 minutes and 45 seconds to the start of our final heat.
And Brad, you've got the first of the boats going away from the docks. It's the U12 Graham Trucking with J. Michael Kelly is making his way out on the course. He'll be followed by the 7 Spirit of Detroit with Bert Henderson. And they're spooling up, and they are headed your way. The Home Street Bank is now making its way onto the course with driver Jimmy Shane. Look for that white and blue, light blue Home Street Bank. And next will be the Graham Trucking, the U98 second boat with Corey Peabody. That is the dark blue and white boat. And right behind him will be Dustin Eccles in the 440. The bucket racing team has had a great weekend, setting their own records for speed in the first day with a speed of 150. Picked up a second place, third place, and here they are in the front row of the finals. Brad, they are coming over the course and making their way to you.
Paul Doogie, you've done yeoman's work over there all weekend. You have been absolutely terrific. You have added an awful lot to the show. We wanted you to send us 5 H1 Unlimiteds for the final. Check the box. You have done it. Thank you so very much for all of your work. 4 minutes and 20 seconds, 4:20 to the start of the race for the Southern Cup. 5 laps around this 2.5-mile race course. We all have wondered for 365 days, could we possibly top the final heat we had here a year ago? We are about to find out. 4 minutes. 4 minutes to the start, 5 laps. We fight for lanes. First boat to come off the top end of the race course. I'll pick them out of the sun here. The boats that are in the field are the Miss Home Street, the Spirit of Detroit, Graham Trucking Bucket List, and the trailer is the Graham Trucking American Dream. One, two, three, four, 5. Here comes Bert. That's Bert Henderson coming across start-finish line. Then it's going to be J. Michael Kelly. He will come across start-finish line. Jimmy Shane right behind him. At the top end of the race course is Corey Peabody on the inside, Dustin Eccles on the outside. Bert Henderson put a loop in the course. He cut it over to the backside. The interesting part to watch here is J. Michael Kelly has done an incredible job of getting his boat inside of the field in each of his preliminary heats. Has the luck finally run out on him? I know he'd love to have one of those moves here in the final, but you got to think the field is wising up to him. He's going to have to come up maybe with a different move. 240 until the start. Here comes Bert Henderson across the start-finish line. Where's Jimmy? Top end of the race course. And then up the backstretch, halfway up there, that's J. Michael Kelly on the inside, Dustin Eccles on the outside, Corey Peabody trails the field. So far, only Bert has cut the race course, and he just did it again at the lower end. Bert Henderson now cuts the course. Now, I've got unofficial timing marks of mine, and trust me, these guys are a lot better than me, but you don't want to cross the start-finish line 2 minutes before the start. We are 2 minutes right now. I like where Jimmy Shane sits. All right, so here comes Jimmy at 1:45 across the start. Jimmy comes down. Front row again is Shane, Henderson, JMK, and Eccles. 1:30 until the start. Has Mike got another one of these moves? He trails the field. Is Mike going to try this one more time? Boy, he's early to pull it. I don't know if he can do it. Mikey, there he goes. There he goes. Mike's cut the race course. He's going to get over to the other side. He's done it 3 times at 1:07. 1:07 until the start. J. Michael Kelly once again has cut the course and jumped to the inside. Now remember, that's easy enough to do. The other piece to the puzzle is you've got to maintain 80 miles an hour. He doesn't want that strobe light blinking. He'll get one warning if it does, and then they'll give him a penalty. 45 seconds until the start. Now the field starts to come up behind Mike. Really tough to pick these guys out of the sun. Peabody's behind everybody. Eccles is the third boat going up there. Looks like Shane is the second boat. Fourth boat up there is Bert Henderson. 30 seconds to the start. Remember, about a 12-second run, give or take a few, off that exit pin. They've caught up to Mike at 20 seconds until the start. Kelly is in 1. Shane is in 2. Henderson is in 3. They square up and come down 12 seconds. And it is Dustin on the outside. We are 7, 6, and now 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mark, it looks legal from here. Bert Henderson, the first across the line in the U7 as they roar down into that lower corner. Who's going to hang it on the hook and get down there first? First boat is J. Michael Kelly's down there. Thank you very much. It is a good start. Kelly, Shane, here we go. This is for the Southern Cup. Look at Jimmy Shane. J. Michael Kelly hanging with him on the inside. Kelly thought he hoped that he would have something for Jimmy in the final, but Jimmy just showed him a bunch of shoot speed up the backstretch on lap number 1. Remember, we go 5 times around. Top end of the race course. We've seen this all weekend. Shane's got to leave a lane in there for Kelly, and clearly he does. Plenty of room up there for JMK. Now they'll come down and put one in the books. Jimmy Shane looks really strong. He is flying the U6, the Miss Home Street. Got 3/4 of a rooster tail on Kelly at the completion of lap number 1. Then it's Kelly in second. Bert Henderson running 3. Dustin Eccles squeezing every ounce of speed out of that bright orange bucket list racing. Look at Kelly hang in there, driving as hard as he can, trying to run down Jimmy Shane, but Shane's opened up a little bit of water on him here on lap number 2. He's got almost a full rooster tail now up the backstretch. Shane, almost a full rooster tail on JMK, who's got a rooster tail and a half on Bert Henderson. Jimmy might be able to close the door on him, but he's not going to do it. He's going to leave room up there for Mike. There's no reason to slam it shut, and he doesn't. He leaves plenty of room for Mike up there. Look for him to start tightening it up a little bit, but we come down with 2 in the books and 3 to go. It is Jimmy Shane. He lost last year's Southern Cup by a whisker. He's across, 2 in the book. Kelly's across, 2 in the book. Henderson having a great weekend, driving a 7, the Spirit of Detroit. 3 more laps to go. Dustin Eccles crosses in 4th place. Now it's almost a 2 rooster tail lead for Jimmy Shane. The shouting in this one is just about over. Now it is just a matter of Jimmy Shane listening to his radio man, finding out where the good water is, and making sure he runs clean and stays out of trouble. 1, 2, 3 up the backstretch. They are equidistant apart, about 2 rooster tails from 1st to 2nd, and another 2 back from 2nd to 3rd. Top end coming down to put 3 in the books. Jimmy Shane, this team is so focused. They want to get off to a good start in the 2019 season. 2 more laps like they've run already in this final, and they will have accomplished that. Shane looks really strong. Great boat ride as he flies the 6. Kelly has now moved outside Jimmy Shane. He's been getting caught in the wash from Shane because of the 2 rooster tail lead. And so he has decided to move outside the wash of Jimmy Shane. Up the backstretch, he's got 2 to go. Shane's now just got to keep it lit and keep it together. Got a big lead now. Came so close 1 year ago. At the end of 5 laps last year, he lost this race by 0.041 miles an hour. It was that close a year ago. He's waited a year for this, and he's got this straightaway here and 1 more lap to go. The white flag flies. Jimmy Shane, our top qualifier, turned a lap at 162 and change, a new Guntersville course record, and he looks strong as he walks the boat across the start-finish line. He is on his final lap. J. Michael Kelly taking his best swing at Jimmy Shane, but it looks like it's going to come up a little bit short. Off the lower corner, we will watch our leader and we will bring him around to the checkered flag. He's got 2.5 rooster tails on J. Michael Kelly. He's just got to keep the candle lit for another half a lap. And the Southern Cup for 2019 will belong to the young man from the Northwest, originally from Havre de Grace, Maryland, Jimmy Shane. His family is here this weekend. His kids are here this weekend. And I can tell you they are hooting and hollering for dad and son right now. He goes way wide, and he's going to come down and give a good look for the fans. Give it up for Jimmy Shane, top qualifier, set the record. He's your winner of the 2019 Southern Cup. It's official. And Kelly, it looks like Kelly closed up on him. That was because Jimmy went way wide to put on a good show. A good, in fact, a great showing for the U7, the Spirit of Detroit, Bert Henderson, and that race team has to be very, very happy. Cross in third place, our fourth place finisher. And if anybody had a lot of fun this weekend, give it up for Dustin Eccles in Bucket List Racing. They've had a terrific weekend. He will come home in fourth place, and our requalified rookie driver, Corey Peabody out of Kent, Washington, will come home in fifth. So there we go. Paul Doogie.
Go home.
At least on an unofficial basis, the 2019 Southern Cup is in the books. And it was Jimmy Shane almost from the starting line to the finish. He made sure he hung back a little bit. Bert Henderson broke the clock from the outside, meaning he was the first boat across the line. By the time they came out of turn one, it was J. Michael Kelly being passed on the outside by Jimmy Shane. And all Jimmy had to say to Mike was, "See you later." And he was gone. He opened up and widened the lead the entire 5 laps. Tip of the cap to Jimmy Shane and that Home Street Bank racing team. They were the boat to beat coming in. They head to Madison, Indiana in the Gold Cup next week, and they're the boat to beat once again. Paul Doogie, jump in, because I think you're going to have a pretty happy Jimmy Shane when he steps out. He's had his game face on all weekend. I think there'll be some big smiles in the young man.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. It looked like they had afterburners on that thing. I'm making my way down the dock. It will be, excuse me. It will be just a moment before we get there. But a lot of cheers from the team. They seem ecstatic. Good showing this weekend from the 440, the orange boat. And there you may hear the applause by the team. Standing ovation for Jimmy Shane and the Home Street Bank 2019 Southern Cup champions.
So the racing on the water may be in the books, although the officials will still put all the boats through tech inspection. But we've still got an awful lot of hardware here lined up right behind the start-finish line. And I would like to invite everybody here who watched the racing this weekend, stop by the start-finish line, watch the trophy presentation. It doesn't take very long. The drivers will be here. They are approachable. You can get autographs, pictures taken. Kevin Ekert is even here. I mean, when you've got Kevin in the house, you want to be there. And again, Paul Doogie, jump in when you've got Jimmy Shane over there. I'm just filling time because I got some GP guys who want to have some fun.
And I'm just waiting for the hugs and high fives to end to jump in here to talk to Jimmy Shane. But I'm going to get a chance, I think, right now. Let him get a drink of water, maybe get his helmet off. 2019 Southern Cup champion. Sounds good, doesn't it?
Oh, it sounds better than last year, that's for sure. Such a little bit of redemption. It feels really good to just have a great, clean heat. I got great timing marks. Mike got up there just a touch early in lane 1, and I was able to carry some steam down to the start-finish line, and luckily I beat him to the first turn, and that pretty much controlled the race right there.
Yeah, I got to tell you, you were flying that thing. That thing's a rocket right now.
Yeah, the boat's amazing. So, hey.
Good job. Good race. Thank you, too. No, thank you.
Yeah.
I got a little lost when I cut the course.
That's J. Michael Kelly.
Went right in the sun. I was like, oh. Then, yeah. So, hopefully it didn't mess you up, but it didn't look like it. So, no, you did good.
Yeah, just an amazing run. Mike, I mean, like, what a competitor. I mean, he comes up, shakes my hand. You know, What a great race. That's what it's all about. One thing I've learned here in Guntersville is this community is amazing, and we're lucky enough to have a great community in boat racing, and we're just happy that the two merged together so well, H1 and Lake Guntersville. I would think we're going to be coming back for years, guys. This is an amazing place to race. The fans are just so passionate, and I'm looking forward to making many, many, many new friends over the years.
I couldn't have said it better myself. We are glad to have the home street here. We're glad to see you as the 2019 champion, Southern Cup champion, and we hope Guntersville sees racing for years to come. Jimmy Shane, congratulations.
Thank you. I just want to say one thing to the fans real quick. You guys, all you guys that got all your nice blue gear, I want you guys to stand up and cheer as loud as you can and wave that stuff around. And we did it this year. Thanks so much for your support with the Miss Home Street. And I'll be seeing you over on the other side here in just a few minutes.
All right, Jimmy's headed over to the other side. It will take a couple of minutes, but they will hold the trophy presentation. Let me see if I can work my way down the dock and talk to a couple of other folks. He mentioned the spirit of competitiveness and kind of the brotherhood of racing, and that was it. The first thing J. Michael Kelly did when he got out of that boat was walk right over to Jimmy Shane and give him a hug. We've seen that all weekend when the 11 J&D's team was having some engine problems, and they had to swap out an engine. The folks from the 12 team came over from Graham Trucking. They came over to see if they could help with the engine swap.
Much,
see if
Paul
I can grab
Duty. Paul,
let me grab it.
I'm going to take it away from you here because I've got a trophy presentation here for our Grand Prix World hydroplanes. Sorry, Paul.
That's all right.
So, we got a little bit of a crowd coming up here.